All right. So
That's personal, you
what
know.
do we do with an individual that is just lost in the grime? Like, I mean, we're talking multiple times a
Mm,
day sometimes.
yeah.
How do you come out of that?
It's an addiction, you know, and I don't know how to cure an addiction. That gets deeper, you know.
Yeah, I have the massive amount. I saw this with many straight men in Thailand.
Mm,
What blew me away, because like I get wanting to get your dick wet, but the logistics, the fucking
yeah.
logistics takes
Uh,
time. I'm like,
uh,
is it worth it? You know, all the effort you put in setting it up, where to go, blah
in
blah blah.
Thailand, you can also just, you know, go to a brothel, you know,
Yeah,
like just get it done that way,
yeah.
you know, like wake up, get your dick sucked at the brothel. Nah, so I mean, but yeah, I know what you mean. I think in terms of the cure for it all, you need to come to Jesus moment, you know, like you need a moment of awakening. You know what I mean? Where you realize, like, you get an STD, or you fucking there's a consequence you gotta fucking deal with.
Or
You
maybe,
know,
what if you just kind of, do you think it could work if you stopped guilting yourself and just were like, ah, fuck, that's where I am. I'm gonna fuck my brains out. Do you
uh,
think it would run its course? Do you think that fighting it may actually prolong it?
so what happened with me when I was very young, like just came out, so like early 20s and stuff like that. I had like a the floodgates were loose, and I was fucking just I was slinging dick like a madman.
Slinging it,
You know?
slapping people
Yeah,
in the face with your dick,
yeah, yeah,
just for
yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I was the hot something at the club. You know what I mean? Like I
Oh.
was the 20 something year old in Gay Town in Dallas. Everybody wanted a piece. You know what I mean? So, it was fucking great. People buying me drinks, all that sort of
I want to
stuff.
go to a gay club and get drinks bought for
Oh
me.
yeah. Oh
Totally
yeah.
want that experience one
It was
day.
great. But it got out of my system. It was a once in a lifetime thing. I did it for, I'd say, maybe 3 months, 3 months of that shit. And then I was like, I became like, you know, aware that it's not as great as I thought.
So I
I
asked,
got it out of my system.
when you were doing it, did you feel guilty about it?
Oh, huh. Yeah, I think, I, hmm. I think in the end I did. I think in the beginning I was like, whoa, you know, but actually, I don't even think guilt is the right word. It was more just disappointment. And it was disappointment, like in the
Disappointed
community
yourself.
and myself. It was myself, you
Oh,
know. When
you're a
I can remember,
yeah.
I can remember one time in particular. Um, I was with this guy, and he was hot and everything like that. And we fucked in a stairwell, like a grimy, gross stairwell. And I remember just after that thinking, ugh, ugh, you know, like
Mm, mm.
let's not do this again,
So it
you
took
know.
care of itself. You went with
Yeah.
it. You enjoyed the role, and then it just ran its course and it faded.
That's not everybody, man. Some people they love the grime and they
Right.
want to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, you know.
My point is when you're constantly guilty about something and you continue to do it, it prolongs it. It's just like,
Hmm.
oh, I shouldn't do it. Fuck, I did it. Oh, I shouldn't do it. Fuck, I did it. Like it's just
Why?
this. It's like a swing. You get in this rhythm of going back and forth
So
instead
what's
of
the point of guilt? Does the guilt perpetuate the action? Is that what you're saying? Like the guilt is part of why it continues.
yes,
What?
yeah,
Why?
yes. That's a good question.
Huh.
It Why is the guilt there? I am bad, right? Well, what is
Okay.
bad? You know, maybe this is a stage of life that you're just at. Maybe this is something you need to embrace. So it's the perception of a negative it's a negative standpoint from the get-go, instead of looking at it as, this is where I'm at in life.
But why wouldn't the negativity prevent you from doing that?
Because the negativity is going to push you to become good, and good can only last so long. It's
Hmm.
always going to fluctuate. We know this. When you make it a
Hmm.
battle, when it's like, I need to be good, I need to be better, when, oh my God, I am a bad person, it makes you want to push to get out of it. Anytime you're pushing hard, it,
That's interesting.
it always creates almost the exact opposite reaction.
I was listening to an Alan Watts lecture the other day, and he was talking about in Hindu philosophy how they believe that everything at its fundamental form is a wave, you know?
Mm.
So, like, you know, classic physics wave and stuff like that. But he said, therefore, everything in life must have peaks and troughs. There can be no wave without a peak and a trough, you know? And the idea is
True.
like, and he talked about these gods like, I think it's fucking Vishnu. Vishnu is the god of destruction. Like, and she's got like a scimitar in one hand and a fucking head in the other. And the idea is like, you cannot go through life without destroying things. Sometimes a relationship must be destroyed and it's righteous, you know? Sometimes you have to, you know, destroy your job. Sometimes you got to destroy your family. Sometimes you got to destroy shit. It's just part of life, understanding that that's the trough, you know? And I think maybe you're right when people try to push to the peak of the wave. They're only focused on the peak of the wave. They effectively eliminate the trough. But by doing that, by making the peak higher, you just make the trough even deeper.
Yeah.
You know? So you're pushing this, trying to be holier than thou with the guilt, pushing to get to that peak, 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 peak. But you're actually just making the trough even deeper into the depraved insanity, you know?
I would like to think so. This is my experience. And I would say
Mhm.
the greatest wisdom I ever received was at a low point, and a friend who is crazy said, you know what? Maybe this is where you need to be. Maybe you're exactly where you need to be right now. Instead of thinking, oh my God, I have to change this. I need to be better. It's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
I'm at a low. And you know what? That's okay.